Today we begin a two-part series on Aundria Bowman and Kathleen Doyle. In part 1, we'll meet Aundria, learn her story, look at some warning signs of possible child abuse, and her sudden disappearance. We'll then learn about her adopted father, including his secret past that involves violent crimes and sexual assaults. Finally, we'll meet Aundria's birth mother and take a look at her role in the community to find justice for the missing girl. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. Sometimes making a hard choice you think is for the best actually turns out to be the worst. Stick around. No, we're not talking about the hiring of Declan. This is Necronomipod.
Started a little early this year because I always fizzle out and I never quite finish the movies that I'm starting. But I've rewatched Halloween 1 and 2 already.
Got a good start.
Got a good start. My goal is to get through the original 6, not including 3.
Fair.
Because 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 are the original Halloween universe, I believe the story is. I sent you guys that Instagram link where they break down each of
All the different timelines?
The timelines, that's what it is.
You should watch
universe.
each timeline in proper context.
It's a lot of fucking movies. And you're going to be rewatching the original Halloween about 100 times.
That's right.
So I actually have the list here if you guys want to go through it real quick. I think we might have done this last year for our Halloween. We broke down the Halloween, all the Halloween movies. Maybe that was on the movie show a couple years ago on Patreon.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
Anyways, I'll go through it real quick. There's 5 different timelines in the Halloween universe. The original one is what I said. It's Halloween 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Halloween 3, of course, not a part of that. Had nothing to do with the Michael Myers timeline.
Is it on its own, just all
It is
by
literally
itself?
just its own thing.
Okay.
What's Season of the Witch, they called it. Which is, incidentally, the second timeline, Halloween 3. That's it. That is it. That is it. The third timeline is Halloween 1 and 2, and then you skip to Halloween H2O and and Resurrection from the 90s and maybe even early 2000s.
Yep, okay.
H2O featuring LL Cool J and Resurrection with Busta Rhymes. The fourth installment, or the fourth timeline, is simply Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2.
Sure.
His remake, there was no sequels after that, just the 1 and 2. His idea of the original Halloween. And then the fifth timeline is the original Halloween, and then skip to the most recent 3 movies, which is what they called the most recent, like the 2018 Halloween again. Mm-hmm. Then there was Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's those 4. They just completely ignore Halloween 2.
They do, yeah.
Which is supposed to happen the same night as Halloween.
Correct.
It's really weird that they're just like, nah, that didn't happen.
It's really weird that they couldn't name it something a little different. It's just Halloween. Halloween. What is it? Kills,
Kills
and
and
ends.
Halloween Ends. Yeah.
Stupid.
Thank God it ends. It was awful.
You know, I was thinking about it. I was so excited for those because I was like, these are going to be new. They're not going to be corny like the 90s ones. They're going to be badass.
Course.
And they sucked. But now that my expectations are so low, I want to rewatch them and see if maybe they're a little bit better because I'm not expecting so much.
They got progressively worse. Like the first one was okay.
Yep.
It was good. Mm-hmm. I liked the first one. The 2018, whatever.
Halloween 2018.
It was just called Halloween, right?
Yeah.
Next one was
Goofy.
a little silly, but the Halloween Ends was just complete garbage. Horrible.
Isn't that when the whole town's chasing him through the hospital?
Yeah, they're running around. Evil dies tonight. Nonstop. Shut up. So bad.
That's right. Evil dies tonight.
Evil dies tonight.
That was like the whole big tagline of the movie, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Awful. Atrocious movie.
Mm-hmm.
I see. I'm glad to see you've been doing some good work while I was gone.
That's what I've been doing on
Excellent.
this vacation. I was going to ask about that. You look like you got fucked in the ass by jet lag. How you
Yeah,
feeling?
I'm still on England time. I'm a little sleepy. I've been up at 4 a.m. all week.
Which is much earlier than your 4:30 that you typically get up during.
Much earlier. That's right.
That's a whole 30 minutes early. You had a good trip though?
I did.
Yeah.
It was fun. Saw a lot of cool stuff. Saw Stonehenge.
Yeah.
It was a lot cooler than I thought it would be.
You had a good time driving over there?
Dude, the most stressful thing I've done in a long time is driving in England. It is horrible, and I will never do it again.
It's the first time you've ever done it.
Yes.
And also the last.
Yes. Like most driving is muscle memory that something you've been doing most of your life, and you don't have to really think about most of it.
Right.
This is not. It's the exact opposite. You have to think about every single thing you do because it's all flipped and different. And very stressful. Did not like it.
You didn't kill anybody.
I didn't. I went through a couple roundabouts without looking because you forget to look to the right because everyone's coming the wrong way. So I got lucky. And
Everyone's coming the wrong way. It's their fault. Fuck them.
It's something. All the roads are small. You're driving through these little English villages that are two-way traffic, but they're just single lanes. It's impossible.
Did you have to do like an awkward like type pass thing?
Yeah,
in the
all the
car?
time.
You're just like you're inches away from this other guy's face.
I just look straight ahead. I don't want to make eye contact. See their disgust. But yeah, I like England a lot. Other than the driving, good stuff.
And by next week, hopefully you'll be back on a good sleep schedule.
I hope so. Yeah, I'm off a little bit.
All right. Now, how did you spend your break, Ian?
You remember Guitar Hero from back in the day?
Yeah.
That video game? Got a hold of one of those and a like a modded version of it on my laptop that has like any song you can think of.
Wow.
So I was playing that a little bit.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So that was a productive 10 days off.
Yeah. I didn't do any of that reading about like any educational shit. I got a hold of
right.
Guitar Hero.
I noticed Asking Alexandria is at the House of Blues in Cleveland here on Saturday night. Is that what
Really?
you were practicing for? Getting ready to go show off your skills downtown Saturday?
Who are they coming with?
I have no idea.
Third Eye Blind.
Fucking worst show ever.
I think if he is pretty good at Guitar Hero, that he already has more talent than Asking Alexandria. Do we have Asking Alexandria fans? Is that going to piss people off?
I mean, they're a pretty fucking popular band.
Do the
dude.
15 people that listen to them listen to us as well?
I think we've heard about it before from some fans.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, they're popular. They're like,
Saliva.
no, not Saliva.
You thought about it, though.
They're probably bigger than Saliva, right?
You could put on
yeah.
Asking Alexandria right now. I would not have any idea it was them.
So you don't even know if they're
I have
bad.
no idea what they
because
look-
you wouldn't even know.
I have no clue.
Why did we start hating them then?
He did.
Oh, because I made a joke about him liking them or something, and he was like, "No, sir."
Yes, don't put me in on
He had to
that.
put a statement out on YouTube disavowing them.
That's right.
Under no circumstances am I a fan of Asking Alexandria.
It's really a stupid fucking video. It's got a picture of Doja Cat taped on the wall behind me and shit.
Yeah.
We got in the habit of doing like press conferences. Didn't I do a video about the chair I was using
About
at the
your
time?
chair, yeah.
Everyone was very concerned that I had this old decrepit chair, and
yeah.
I had to put out a statement about that. My tailbone injury,
Yeah, you were using like an old like kitchen chair.
which none of us even thought about. And then we posted a picture, and everyone went off about how I had this old chair, and I was like, I don't know, it's fine.
Is that why we bought these ones?
Well, you guys had good chairs. I didn't. I think eventually we all just decided to upgrade. But
I have to pull those videos off of YouTube and put them on Instagram.
yeah, there you go. Do a TikTok with them.
Sure.
You're gonna have to give reference though, because people are gonna be like, "What the fuck? Like, what is
guys
this about?"
doing?
Also, why is Mike 50 pounds lighter in that video?
Yeah, I have glasses and shit.
I wore a T-shirt with a necktie for it. You gotta be formal. All right, what do we got?
Tonight we're going to be talking about Aundria Bowman and Kathleen Doyle. A very popular Netflix documentary was just released about this not too long ago called Into the Fire, A Missing Daughter, I believe is the tagline.
It's really good. I don't generally watch those, but I got hooked into it with the wife watching it. It's really good.
It's a crazy story.
It really is.
Yeah. So it's a recently released, but we did that other Netflix documentary that was a more recent one.
Carrie Farrer.
Yes. And we just added some information to it. So try and do a little bit different here. Not just go along with the documentary and hopefully add some new information.
Some necro exclusives,
Yeah.
if you will.
In March of 1989, 14-year-old Aundria Bowman was a freshman in high school and an average teenage girl. She lived at home with her adoptive parents, Brenda and Dennis Bowman, as well as her sister Vanessa, who had been born in 1988. Vanessa was a surprise. Brenda and Dennis had been under the impression that having a biological baby wasn't something that they were going to be able to do. Vanessa wasn't a strain on the household, like Aundria was jealous of Vanessa or anything like that. In fact, it was very much the opposite. Aundria was very protective of Vanessa and was really focused on keeping her safe. In January of 1989, Aundria found out that she was adopted, which is a lot to process, I'm sure.
I'm sure it is.
That's got to just flip everything upside down. And at the same time, she confided in at least one teacher and multiple friends that she was afraid to go home, that her adoptive father, Dennis, had been molesting her. The police were called and social services got involved. The social worker took Aundria home and confronted Brenda and Dennis with what Aundria had alleged. Brenda and Dennis were shocked by what they were being accused of. And then Dennis, said it was like a light bulb clicked. They told the social worker that ever since Aundria had found out that she was adopted, she'd been acting out. And that's probably what this is. She's just making stuff up. The social worker accepted the story and left Aundria with Brenda and Dennis. It's probably not a good approach to just go confront people.
No,
like that.
It's not.
In front of the victim.
It's a horrible approach. Hopefully some laws have changed now where it's, mandatory that they reach out to the police with stuff like this. Not just them,
Right.
School social worker taking her home.
I think in a lot of cases, though, it's just up to like a DCFS type to go in and do the initial investigation. And from my experience, it's, they might notify the police, but then the police are just going to be like, you're a social worker. You handle this and you let us know if you think there's something we need to get involved in.
Yeah. Mm.
There's a lot of red tape to make it serious.
I'm sure there is, yeah.
Even to this day, I think.
On the afternoon of March 11th, 1989, Dennis called the police to report Aundria missing. He said that he had come home from work and Aundria was nowhere to be found. Upon looking around the house, he had found some of Aundria's personal belongings were gone, as well as $100 in cash missing from his dresser. Dennis went on to tell police that Aundria had run away to a friend's house before, so maybe that's what happened this time as well. That's how the case was treated. It was treated as a runaway. But in an odd move, Brenda went to the police a couple days later and told the police that Aundria had actually stolen $150 in cash from Dennis's drawer. This allowed police to issue a warrant for Aundria's arrest on charges of larceny, and the warrant listed Dennis as the victim.
What's that all about?
I don't know.
Do you think it was in motive? Because this case was being treated as a runaway. Now let's make her a criminal. They're going to work a little harder to go find her.
Could be.
Maybe.
Makes sense. Or are they just mad?
And like being petty about, well, it wasn't $100, it was $150.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are parents out there that try to do that kind of shit to their kids with law enforcement, like use that shit as a punishment.
But part of me also thinks, like, how many of these stories have we discussed where the cops are like, oh, she probably ran away, give it a couple days, and then, by then she's dead.
Yeah.
Could this have been a forward-thinking situation where they're like, okay, she stole this much from us, now go find her? I don't know.
Based on what I've seen about these people, forward thinking is not the phrase that comes to mind, but
well, I'm one page into this, pal. I'm one page in.
I understand.
Yeah, I kept thinking about it in terms of using this to cover for something, or like what the intention is behind this. I can't figure it
Like
out.
maybe Brenda stole the extra $50 from her husband and was like, "Oh, that little bitch took an extra. It was $150, and it's just her stealing it." Is that more along the lines as opposed to my theory of?
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's put a pin in this. We'll come back to it after we think about it for a bit.
Okay.
This is where Andrea's case sat for well over 20 years. She was a runaway. No one bothered to look into Dennis and Brenda Bowman, because if they did, they would have easily found out that Dennis had a violent past, and that included arrests on sexual assault charges.
What?
I love that the adoption process was just like, you can have a kid. I'm not going to look
Definitely
into your
should not
past.
have. Yeah, he should not have had a kid.
No, I think we'll find that to be the case.
And I think with that, times have changed, right? Like, it's from what I understand, it's pretty tough to adopt a kid nowadays. You got to go through a whole kinds of process.
I would hope so. I think we're going to see that this was Catholic Charities, and we know they probably do extensive background checks into people. They don't allow pedophilia or anything around their organization. So yeah, you would expect better.
Well, I think that has maybe improved. Maybe not that agency, but
Isn't the foster homes? Isn't that where there's a lot of issues?
with
Just
Abuse
and like this kind of stuff happening.
I think that's probably very likely. It's a very easy system to probably get away with that in.
Right.
You're already working with troubled youth who have come from abusive homes. So it's, if you wanted to do that, you probably absolutely can and cover it up and get away with it, unfortunately.
In May of 1980, a young woman riding her bike in Holland, Michigan was forced off the road by a guy on a motorcycle. The man ordered the woman to go into the woods, but she refused. He pulled out a gun. She still refused. He shot it into the air, told her to go into the woods. She still said no. He shot at her a second time, this time at her feet, and in that moment, a car drove past, distracting the guy. She was able to use that instant to make a run for it, and thankfully another car was driving up and stopped to help her. Based on the description this woman gave police, a sketch was made, the man was found, and he was Dennis Bowman. He was arrested and convicted of assault with the intent to commit criminal sexual conduct, and he was sentenced to 5 to 10 years in prison. The judge said that he would, quote, likely pose a danger to women if he ever went free. But the system works the way it works, and Dennis was out in the 5 years due to overcrowding and good behavior. It's a weird thing to say, like, he would pose a danger to women if he ever went free. So then what in the 5 to 10 years? Like, what happens to him then? Like, that's a really bold thing to say. Like,
We have like an end date when he's going to be free.
Like, based on that, he should probably just be in jail for life.
Yeah, but that crime he was convicted of doesn't carry a life sentence. So I think it's just the judge speaking to a future parole board saying, it's the best I can do. Don't let him out until the full term, I would think.
Yeah, maybe so.
Probably all he can do. Imagine a judge just goes, well, no, I'm going to sentence you to death, sir. I'm going outside the guidelines, but I don't give a fuck.
Suspect there might be an appeal there somewhere.
think so?
Somewhere. Perhaps.
There's no word really on how Brenda felt about all of this, but we know from the beginning of this story that she stayed with Dennis. Dennis was arrested again in 1998. So this is well after Aundria was missing. Police responded to an alarm set off at a mobile home. The owner had reported multiple break-ins, to which the police had set up an alarm system to catch whoever was breaking in. When the officer arrived, Dennis was found leaving through the back door. Upon questioning, Dennis said that he was crashing with the woman, so the officer let him leave. Later on, when this woman came home and talked to the police, because she wasn't home for this, thankfully, because I think this would have ended really bad for her if she was home. She told the officer that no one is crashing me. Like, you just let the guy go that had been breaking in my house. Dennis.
Go on, man. I got you. Get out of here.
So let's say multiple break-ins. The police set up an alarm. The alarm works. They catch a guy in there and goes, oh, yeah, it's crashing here. And the cop's like, all right, go. Okay.
They must have been Eskimo brothers.
Eskimo brothers.
So when Dennis talked to this police officer, he was dumb enough to give his real name. So the police went directly to his door.
It's stupidity meets stupidity. They're one-upping each other on dumbassery.
Oh, man.
This time, Dennis's excuse was that he went inside to use the bathroom. He said that he had previously worked with this woman and knew her through his daughter, Vanessa, from selling Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, I just why don't you lead with that? That makes sense then.
Yeah. Like I used to work with this lady, so I'm using her bathroom.
Yeah, I broke into her mobile home
No, it's
because
cool.
I used to sell cookies, so it's all right.
She's had my cookies. It's fine. Speaking of which, you guys like Samoas?
Which ones
Yes.
are those?
Like the is it the coconut caramel?
The best ones.
Yeah. The little coconut
those are
caramel
good.
ones.
Those are good.
Did you know that Keebler makes their own version?
Yeah, do they?
I did not know this until a couple weeks ago.
I don't think I did.
I was going over to Just Brew Jared's house to watch a football game, and I was like, oh, I'll stop by our little drug mart and pick up a treat to bring over. And I was walking down the aisle, and they just caught my eye, and I was like, oh, those look like Keebler. They have a gimmick name, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, those look like Samoas. Got them? I think they're better.
Wow.
Better. Fantastic.
That's breaking news.
And I think, much like many of those Girl Scout cookies, they would be best frozen. Throw them in the freezer, forget about them for, a couple months.
They're probably cheaper too, huh?
I don't remember, but probably. Let's be honest, those Girl Scouts bend you over.
Yes, they do.
They sell them right across the street from my house every year. So I just walk across the street and go buy some and walk back home.
Go to Drug Market, your Keebler ones, and next time they're selling, just stand in your window and eat those and be like, I don't fucking need you. You think you're better than me?
These are available year-round,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Half the price, and they taste better. Anyways, highly recommend those. The Keebler version of Samoas.
Try those.
So Dennis allowed the police to search his house, where they found a duffel bag containing women's underwear, later identified belonging to this woman, the house that he was breaking into, along with a sawed-off shotgun, a black hoodie, and a black ski mask. So Dennis was arrested and eventually pled guilty to one count of breaking and entering. Somehow he escaped doing any prison time for this crime.
Jesus. Did no one consult with the judge from the last sentence? And
He made it very clear. He was like, Ian, let me be clear.
damn.
What was that? For Burke
Yeah, I think.
and John Bonet?
That's because that fucking lady was commenting on YouTube nonstop and wouldn't leave me alone.
You were very serious about you're like, let me be clear right
She
now.
was trying to meet up with me and shit, like offering to go get lunch. I'm like, no, I don't know who you are.
People are really feel strongly that it's Burke because he once hit her in the head with a golf club, right?
Yeah.
I've hit tons of people in the head with a golf club. I don't mean I killed them. I do it all the time.
Doesn't mean you didn't.
no,
it doesn't mean you
no,
did.
It doesn't.
It's not their fault or not your fault is if after you hit him in the head with a golf club, they decide to go take a swim and they just don't come back.
Yeah, I can't control the aftermath.
I've been watching too much Sopranos. This is what I'm thinking about all the time now.
Dennis's lawyers presented letters on his behalf, including the counselor from his sex offender treatment program,
Okay.
the principal of Vanessa's elementary school, Dennis's employer, and a congregant at Christ Memorial Church. They were promoting or saying that, Dennis, he taught Sunday school for kids there for the past 6 years. So
Yeah, who
he's
gives
a
a fuck?
good guy because
Whatever.
of that.
Absurdity. Dear Judge, Dennis is progressing very good at sex treatment school. Please do not put him in jail and interrupt his progress. Thank you.
Was he just a charismatic guy and knew how to like work the system and like get people on his side?
He doesn't seem to be.
No. I
So
think
are
this
we
is
saying
just
these
the
letters-
system fucking up.
Are we saying these letters are fake? Or like, how did he convince all these people to speak on his behalf?
I think he's like a BTK type guy. With the whole church thing, and they seem to be people that were living a double life.
Yeah.
They
Like,
had
no one would suspect him of this.
right.
But his sex treatment counselor, like his sex offender treatment counselor is writing a letter on his behalf. Like, Was he just that manipulative?
Dear Judge, Dennis has not taken his pee-pee out of his pants in over 2 months now.
He is progressing nicely.
He brings good jelly donuts to the Penis Anonymous meetings every week.
Hey, you go to PA? Yeah, I go to PA.
What's it to you, pal? Was the sex treatment mandated like from the 1980 case when he was a lifelong, was he labeled a predator?
He was labeled, yeah, because that's part of the debate on, like, he shouldn't have been able to adopt a child. There were laws in place back then that should have stopped him from ever adopting Aundria.
PA, not to be confused with Big Johnson Club. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I don't even know.
So it's like, hell yeah, there's Big Johnson meeting. We got Big Johnson.
What the hell's the name of the president? He's got some awesome name.
That's so funny.
The court also received a letter from Brenda, who defended Dennis, and from Dennis himself, who wrote, quote, "Sometimes we don't realize a problem until it confronts us face to face."
Oh, okay. Thanks, Confucius.
He described himself as, quote, "happily married for 28 years." And he mentioned that he had 2 daughters, one 25, the other one was 11. He did not mention that the 25-year-old one had been missing for the past 10 so years, which I think that's a weird thing.
Swept her under the rug. We're not going to talk about her.
It seems like this guy knows how to manipulate the system. I'm standing by that. Like, he knows, clearly he adopted a kid with his past and knew what to say and what not to say.
The question is, during that adoption process, did they do legitimate background, find this, and he talked his way out of it, or they never even flag this as having happened?
That's a good question. Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows, right?
Maybe go ahead, I'm sorry.
Catholic Charities, like, what system do they have access to look at to do any of that stuff?
Well, presumably they should have something.
If they're running adoptions, they absolutely
at a
should.
minimum, the crime data,
At the very least.
What are you even looking for if you can't find something as basic as that?
They're like the Aldi of adoption. Like, oh, we don't have that access. You just go on that. It's like a pumpkin picking. Like, you just go back and take what you want, and we'll ring you up out front. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Hey, we're all getting old. That's life. It happens. But it doesn't mean you can't continue to better yourself. What's something new you'd love to learn? As an adult, do you make time to learn new things as often as you'd like? Or was that lost in childhood? Kids are always learning and growing, but as adults, we often lose that curiosity. So what's something new you'd like to learn? A new language? How to ski? Or maybe how to finally beat your friend in bowling? Therapy can help you reconnect with your sense of wonder, because it's never too late to go back to school. Therapy provides an opportunity to reflect on who you are and what you enjoy. It can also help you identify new interests, new hobbies, and new skills. Things that are never too late to learn or try. Therapy can also be a great way to learn positive coping skills, set boundaries, and empower you to be the best version of yourself. Therapy is not only for those who've experienced trauma. So, if you're thinking of starting therapy, why not give BetterHelp a try? It's entirely online and designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime at no additional charge. Visit betterhelp.com/necro today and get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/necro.
In the early 2000s, volunteer, forensic sketch artist, professional accountant, and spreadsheet genius, Carl Kopelman, built a spreadsheet with hundreds of thousands of Jane and John Doe cases. His system allowed him to cross-check missing persons reports with unidentified bodies that had been found. Within a few clicks, he could find a handful of Jane Does that could possibly match a missing persons case going back decades. His forensic sketch artist skills came into play, where he was able to draw accurate sketches of Jane Does that were badly decomposed. And, we'll talk about it. His sketch of Andrea is pretty fucking spot on.
This guy's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I like this title, Spreadsheet Genius.
The system he built on his own is crazy.
Good for him. That's awesome. Fucking nerd.
Is Excel the worst thing ever created in the history of mankind? I would say that it is. Yes.
I'm not a fan.
There's that meme of just a bunch of people like jumping around the field or whatever, like people being happy before Excel was created.
And then it shows Jonestown. And it's like after Excel was created.
So he was working on a Jane Doe that was found in 1999. She was found directly across Lake Michigan, where Aundria went missing, like in a direct line.
In Wisconsin.
Right.
Yeah.
The Jane Doe was believed to be 18 to 25 years old, matching Aundria's age. He reached out to police and was like, hey, I got, a pretty good match. I'm not an official person, but I'm also not like a web sleuth, someone just on a Facebook group talking shit. Here's what I found. An investigator saw that it was a credible tip and they ran with it. And at that point, they needed to track down Aundria's biological mother. They needed a DNA sample to confirm whether or not the 1999 Jane Doe was Aundria. These things take time while technology grows and we figure out new ways to test DNA, but all of this paid off in 2010 when Kathy Turkanian received a letter from Michigan law enforcement asking for her to cooperate in identifying a Jane Doe. Get into Kathy's background a bit. She was the oldest of 6 kids, born from 3 different dads.
She was, or the kids were?
The kids were.
Oh, I thought maybe she was born from 2 dads, like a sperm cocktail or something.
Jesus. I feel like this episode would be about that. Interesting.
They call that kid airtight when they're born. Airtight kid.
The family moved 7 times before she was in 7th grade. She did not have an easy life. She was molested at 10 years old and raped by a teen boy at 12. At 14, she packed her bags in 1972 and hitchhiked to Tennessee. After a few days with a friend, she headed to a Greyhound station and got on a bus to New Orleans. There, Kathy joined a group of other runaway kids who kind of looked out for each other, and through that, she met a 19-year-old guy named Randy. They moved in together, got jobs at a circus sideshow. A few months later, they went to South Carolina, where she could legally marry him with her mom's permission. Less than a year later, Kathy found out she was pregnant, and on June 23rd, 1974, Kathy gave birth to a baby girl named Alexis. Randy left, unsurprisingly, I think, circus sideshow, 19 years old.
Yeah, what? What do you mean? Where did he go?
And unfortunately, Kathy's mother was not supportive of the situation. She pushed for Kathy to give up the baby for adoption. Her mom arranged the adoption through Catholic charities, and we know that Alexis went to the Bowmans, renamed Aundria. Kathy eventually went to nursing school and met a man who she fell in love with. They never had kids, but Kathy always wondered about what happened to her daughter. And so now it's 2010 and she finds out in this terrible way. She gets, that she's missing. Mm-hmm. We could pretend we're trying to identify a body.
That's got to be really tough to take. Like, you think you did a good thing when you were a kid, tried to provide a better life for this kid, and you may have inadvertently given them to whoever, that turned out to be not great or allowed this to happen to her.
So the documentary that Into the Fire on Netflix is focused solely on her, pretty much. She's telling the story for the most part. She talks a lot about feeling like she was pushed into doing the adoption, that she didn't really want to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So you always have a little bit of that guilt, but then you maybe try to tell yourself, well, I gave her a better life.
Yeah.
And then you hear this.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's just going to amplify that guilt. It's got to be awful. I think as DNA technology, advances, you're going to find a lot of this stuff. Like, people maybe who would have not necessarily ever known they were adopted are going to be able to easily find out. I think a lot of secrets are going to be told, and some family trees don't line up exactly where people always thought they did.
And there's also so many people are going to be getting in trouble for stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Ace a degree, whatever's going on in that case.
Yeah.
The genealogical DNA technology is fantastic for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it really is.
That's why I practice abstinence.
Yeah.
You won't find me in any of that shit.
Good thing you have to jerk off in a cup for them to get your sample. So.
Exactly. And I'm never doing that.
And they hold it for you.
That's right.
So Kathy submitted the sample, and while she waited to hear the results, she started a Facebook group to find information about Aundria, which it got a ton of followers. There were a lot of people that remembered Aundria from high school and always wondered what happened to her, things like that.
She was there one day and just gone, right?
Yeah.
Like it was just like that.
Yeah.
She went home one day, just after school, normal afternoon. That was it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't necessarily quiet. Like they did search for her and stuff, and it was broadcast.
They
Just no
faded
one
away.
no one decided to look into who Dennis Bowman was.
So no closure.
I think if they would have looked into who he was right off the bat, he would have been a suspect, at least. At least ask him a couple questions.
I still can't see how that's even possible.
If they didn't
That
look.
they didn't look.
Yeah.
It just still seems to me that like he was just pulling the wool over everyone's eyes. Like he seemed like it seems like he was very good at just being like, I'm a normal concerned dad. I'm a good guy. You know, and whether it was convincing his sexual abuse treatment counselor that he was fine, or convincing, you know, Joe Schmo, your neighbor, that just a normal everyday guy.
Like, or convincing the police that she ran away and
all of that. Like he seems very good at manipulating that.
The finding out that she was adopted thing is the perfect scapegoat for this. Because that is very believable. Because,
to say that upset her and she took off.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. There were just a lot of pieces to look at there that no one connected.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ball was dropped for sure.
The fact that they, you know, let somebody who's a sex offender adopt a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Step
he is
one.
a sex
Step
offender.
one. He's a sex offender and he adopted a kid.
Right.
Through the Facebook group, Kathy also connected with Carl. Carl was like, hey, I'm the guy that submitted the tip. And they started working together on the case and hired a private investigator in Michigan to help. As Kathy was getting all these messages from Aundria's old friends, she started noticing a trend. Anyone who was close enough to Aundria to have met her parents had all kind of negative stuff to say about Dennis. He was abusive, the sexual abuse, all that stuff. So Kathy filed a Freedom of Information Act request for Dennis's criminal records. And she found all that shit we were talking about tonight with, you know, what he had been arrested for and, you know, all of it. And now at this point, Kathy believed in her gut that Dennis had killed Aundria. In 2013, the DNA results finally came back, and the Jane Doe was not Aundria. It was a young woman named Peggy Lynn Johnson. So we can pause the story real quick and just give a little bit on Peggy, who she was. On July 21st, 1999, Peggy's body was found in the first few rows of a cornfield by a father and daughter out walking their dogs. This was along 92nd Street in Raymond, Wisconsin. It looked like she had died within a day before they discovered her. Peggy's injuries were very visible, and her right arm was bent unnaturally behind her back. Since it rained the night her body was dumped there wasn't much evidence of who did anything, although she was placed there about 12 hours before it rained. A witness said the body wasn't there the day before, and based on the marks on her body, it seemed like she was dragged 25 feet from the roadside. She was wearing a man's gray shirt with a floral design on the front, and after reaching out to the manufacturer, police found that this shirt was first sold in 1984. She also had on black sweatpants, but no other clothing, including shoes, was found.
Is it odd that they suspected it might have been Aundria? Like, she had been missing for 10 years. This is not a 10-year-old body they found. This is someone who was killed the day before.
It was something that
doesn't
crossed my
really
mind
seem
too.
to line up to me.
If you're thinking that it's maybe like an aerial cast route, Castro type situation where she's been held this whole time.
Yeah,
And
okay.
then just recently killed and dumped.
That's the only thing I could think of with that.
Okay.
And because the location made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I first read it, I'm like, well, body must have been there a long time that they connecting timelines and stuff, but it doesn't seem to be the case. But
Yeah.
okay, all right.
It's a stretch.
Yeah.
They found multiple injuries all over her body and realized that she had been through weeks of neglect along with long-term physical abuse. She was underweight and had an untreated infection in her left elbow. She was also sexually assaulted. She had chemical burns on 25% of her body and road rash from being dragged. Her nose and several ribs were broken, and some of the rib injuries occurred after she died, so it's pretty brutal.
Phew.
She had cauliflower ear, which may have been from a recent increase in abuse, either from being hit or pulled in the ear. There were also sharp injuries on that same ear, like someone was poking with a needle or something. Over 50 people attended Peggy's funeral on October 27th, 1999. After the autopsy and everything was done, her gravestone read daughter Jane Doe, along with the dates of her being found and when she was buried, with the phrase "gone but not forgotten."
Man, is that sad when you just
real
can't
sad.
be identified and no one claims you.
Fast forward to 2019. In November 2019, is that
Racine.
Racine? Fast forward to 2019. In November 2019, the Racine County Sheriff's Office announced that the Jane Doe was Peggy Lynn Johnson, and their suspect was named Linda Sue LaRoche, a 63-year-old nurse who ran her own practice since 1997. Linda LaRoche was arrested on November 5th, 2019 in Cape Coral, Florida, where she had lived since 2013. Her bail was set at $1 million. She had reportedly confessed to the crime to several people during her time living in Illinois. So it was kind of a known thing among people she associated with that she was responsible for this.
Oh, that's nice.
She was charged with first-degree intentional homicide and hiding a corpse, which would have resulted in a life sentence.
Potential for life.
Potential. Peggy was last seen by classmates in 1994 at a homecoming dance in Harvard, Illinois. She first met Linda LaRoche in 1994 at a medical clinic where she worked. After losing her mother and with her brother and father already having passed away, Peggy became homeless at 18. She agreed to work as a housekeeper for Linda in exchange for room and board, which turned into her just being held captive and abused. So it is like a Ariel Castro situation. It wasn't Andrea,
Wow.
but it is the same thing, really.
Age kind of matches up perfectly with Andrea, right? More or less.
Yeah. Linda's ex-husband recalled finding Peggy unresponsive in July of 1999, which Linda said it was from a drug overdose. She stored medication in their basement because she was still doing this whole nursing stuff. So she had all this medication down there. And that's also where Peggy slept or was held. And she claimed that she saw Peggy faint after dumping pill containers in the sink. Peggy supposedly died after being moved outside for fresh air, with Linda sending her husband and the kids out so she could dispose of the body. Linda later told her husband that Peggy had regained consciousness and gave different stories about leaving Peggy with her grandmother or abandoning her somewhere in Wisconsin. Peggy's grandmother denied ever meeting the LaRoche family or seeing Peggy that day. On March 16th, 2022, Linda was found guilty of first-degree intentional homicide and of hiding Peggy's body. She received a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Good riddance. She got some justice.
Man, that ex-husband needs a little justice too.
I know. All right, so back to Aundria's story. Kathy started hitting Facebook with her suspicions about Dennis and his criminal history. This resulted in a young woman recognizing Dennis as her attacker from an incident when she was 6 years old. A man offered to show her puppies, so she got in the car with him. He drove her to a rural, wooded area, stripped her naked, and was about to rape her when barking dogs scared him off. She had to walk naked to find help, and thankfully she did. But years and years later, when she saw Dennis's photo from Kathy's Facebook page, it jogged this memory like, oh, this is the guy that attacked me.
Isn't that crazy? Wow.
Did she just happen to be on that Facebook page? Mm-hmm. Was she in any way connected to the family, like prior to where she wouldn't necessarily have known Dennis, but she knew Aundria in any way?
No.
She just happened to be on this
Just
Facebook
from the
page.
area, I think.
Just for,
In there. I guess that, okay. So in the area at least, but didn't know them.
In Kathy's Facebook group and the things she's saying about Dennis publicly, Brenda is fully aware of this. Like, they know what's being said about them and the accusations that are being made. So there's a lot of tension building between them, and there was a missing person support group, a meeting in Michigan where Kathy and Carl, they went there regarding Aundria, and Brenda was there as well with Vanessa.
Oh.
And Kathy took it as like a, how dare you be here when you allowed this clearly a sexual predator to be around these girls. And
That's not how Brenda views it, though.
no,
She loves Dennis, and she's like, can't imagine that he had anything to do with it, right?
she's living in denial or she's in on something.
Yeah.
But this resulted in a physical altercation.
Yeah, get down.
Yeah. And Vanessa had to step in and break them up. And after that, they never spoke to each other again. They both kept their distance. But I can see where Kathy's coming from. This would be getting very, very frustrating, especially when Brenda has just, like I said, either she's in denial or she's, an accomplice in all of this. Something.
Yeah. Biological mom versus adoptive mom. Steel cage match.
In WE in, what was it, 2005?
Of course this really happened.
SummerSlam. No, this was back in WCW. They did some kind of angle with Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero where Eddie claimed to be Dominic Mysterio's actual dad. And they did a ladder match, I think, for custody of him.
Oh, there you go.
It was a ladder match for custody of Dominic.
Yeah. Was that in WWE or WCW?
That's WWE. I'm pretty sure.
Ooh, I think that's right. Yeah. Little did they know they'd be claiming to be the father of the greatest heel of all time in Dirty Dom.
Yeah.
Dirty Dom.
Who now based his look on Eddie.
He's got a mashup of everybody. I saw a diagram of from his boots to everything, and it's all a tribute to some wrestler, Mexican wrestler.
Yeah. Big fan.
Everything. The mustache, all of it.
I love Dirty Dom. That shit he pulled at SummerSlam.
I was
with
mad.
Michael Cole calling him a two-timing son of a bitch. That's fucking awesome. He is such a heel.
I forgot about them having a ladder match for his custody. That is so stupid. What the fuck?
Well, Dave at least had class. He put it in a steel cage. The way feuds are meant to be settled. A steel cage. I also like that we've now just put in Dave's brain that everything's settled in a wrestling ring.
I know there's a money in the sperm bank joke here somewhere, but I can't exactly get the context right.
The fact that you even know money in the bank is great. Money in the sperm bank. We're going to have such a great wrestling company one day. It's going to be fucking awesome.
So get back into 2019. Peggy got justice. And Kathy got word that Dennis Bowman had been arrested. And she's like, okay, so Peggy's case was cleared up. This has to be connected to Andrea's case. Dennis is finally in trouble for something. but it was not related to Aundria. Dennis was arrested for the 1980 murder of 25-year-old Kathleen Doyle. And that's where we will pick back up on part 2. She was killed in Virginia, so a long ways away from where they've been living this whole time.
A lot of twists and turns in this story.
Where are they at in all of this? Where's
Michigan?
Michigan, that's right. Yeah.
So in part 2, we'll get into the murder of Kathleen Doyle. A lot of good information on that. Some background on Dennis, and then how all of this ended a couple years ago. That DNA is going to get a lot of people.
Yeah, quite a tale.
Does this wrap up in 2 parts, Ian?
Yeah, for sure. Technically, I could have wrapped it up in one, but I like this cliffhanger. So
You like a good cliffhanger.
yeah, I like that.
Because the investigation into Kathleen Doyle is crazy in and of itself.
It is, and we're going to get to reference our old friends Henry Lee Lucas and Otis Toole regarding that as well. Because old Henry, the confession killer, claimed responsibility for Kathleen Doyle.
How about that?
Yeah.
That guy.
Son of a bitch.
Okay.
Yeah, this is something.
Well, final thoughts, Ian, from your end? Anything that you discovered or saw or found that is of note? Any other final thoughts on part 1?
No. Go watch the documentary if you haven't already. I'm sure everybody has.
Or should they wait till after next week and then go watch it?
No, I don't think it matters either way.
Just go ahead and fucking watch it.
It's our expert analysis on the situation. It's important, Mike.
Anything else on your end, Dave?
Nah, I'll save that for next week.
All right. What do we got on the old Patreon?
2 new patrons, Heather Dobson, Cynthia Dingus, Sarah, Emily, Zach Wilt, Elizabeth Bracken, Zach W., Lizzie, Andy, Catherine Kelly, Vanessa Veldink, Kirsten Creel, Robert Allaire, Hunter Ragsdale, Jenna Waring, 69 Cat Eater. Ladies, I'm single. Let's cuck Mike for once.
I'll watch you guys fuck. Just let me know where to be.
Liz, the mayor of Cuckingham Palace. Larissa Furhelm, Bassmoth, Satan Street, Chad Fuel, Olivia V, Jersey J, Travis Bladow, Kaomi Kennedy. There's no way I got that right, but Caoimhe. How do you pronounce that?
C-A.
Caoimhe. Is that some sort of Irish name?
Got me.
Comey. K-O-I-M-E. Let's go K-O-I-M-E Kennedy.
Perfect.
Cece. Hucktua Lewis. Probably My Jugs. Tyler Schroeder. Elizabeth Heitner. Noah Stump. Michael Wolf. Brennan Watkins. June 101. Sarah Cook. Chuck. Lorraine. Brittany Gustafson. Lindsay H.H., Jesse West, Joe, Nicole Heath, Lily Blue, Mitch Steezy, Travis Whitlock, Claire, Roxanne, Tasia, Katie Goggin, Lucas R., Supportive Guy. Oh, that's nice. I like a nice supportive guy.
He's a swell individual.
Yeah, for sure. Good for you, pal. Hope Cislinski. Pretty girls in pink tutus putting hot dogs in donut holes. I'm visualizing this as I'm reading it. All right.
They had me at hot dogs.
Mariella McAdam, Carl Hackinson, Bailey Pusiso. It says in parentheses, good luck saying it, Mike. Well, Mike doesn't say it, so.
It's been years. What the fuck have you been listening to?
Matt Heath, Samantha Farrig, Michaeline Mullins, and Barry Hallsack. Patrons.
Love that guy.
Barry Hallsack. Nicely done, sir.
Ian, anything on your end?
For Straight Edge, I just did Israel Keys today. I posted that.
Nice.
figured we needed a serial killer, so I just looked through.
It's going to be a two-parter.
Yeah.
So you'll be back next week.
Mm-hmm.
Did you mention that picture of that girl is not real?
I did.
Good. Still get pushback a lot of times. People insisting that that's a real picture.
Mm-hmm.
They probably also think Burke did it. Fucking morons.
It's not a real picture. I think, I can't remember. But,
Was her name Samantha Koenig? Is that her name?
Koenig?
Koenig?
Yeah.
Koenig?
I can't remember what the exact story was behind that photograph, if it was destroyed or not. But yeah, no.
I hope so.
Yeah. But yeah, go check that out.
I will. Thanks.
Every Wednesday, right? New episodes of Necro Straight Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Trimming the fat, as they say. Just getting right to the meat of it all.
Right to the meat, just like you'd like.
Anything else on your end, Dave?
No, I don't think so.
You good? All right. We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Necronomipod, Patreon.com/Necronomipod, Amazon.com. Search Necronomipod for all of our merch, and Necronomipod.com.
All right, you guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.